what are some of the steps and decisions that a beginning teacher shortly after graduation may consider for their professional success? This we will learn right now from our MATEFL alumnus, Ammar, who is pursuing now a PhD in the US. My name is Irshad Majar of the TEFL program at the American University of Armenia. So Ammar, it's wonderful to have you here from the other side of the ocean.
Right.
It's been a while. So tell us, where are you now?
Now I'm in the United States, in Pennsylvania. I've been here for almost 2 years, completing a doctoral degree in curriculum instruction.
Curriculum and instruction, wonderful. Thank you for finding time to chat with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
So we would like to go back to you and ask you about your experience here in Yerevan, Armenia, perhaps at the end of the MATEFL program as well as shortly after, and share some of the tips with some of our followers in social media.
Sure. So after I got my master's, I did different things. And all of them were part-time. So I worked at AUA Open Education. It was called Extension back then. I had some part-time hours. So I taught ESL and some prep courses for TOEFL and IELTS. And I also did some other jobs part-time. I worked at a preschool for a couple of months. And I also worked at a school as a TA, teaching assistant. And then at the same school, I switched to ESL as well. All of them were part-time, so I would do different things at the same time. And I also did private lessons.
And that was after you graduated.
Right.
So you were teaching pretty much full-time, seems like.
Mm-hmm. And I was really happy that I'm like getting experience from so many different places. And the kind of teaching is the kind of teaching is different, but not that different. So what worked somewhere can help me to improve how I teach in the other place.
So it's wonderful to have this understanding, the background, the context in which you were after the graduation. And tell us what specific decisions or steps you took that proved to be excellent moves for your teaching career now from hindsight.
Okay, so my answer back then would be different from my answer now. But now that I have more experience, so I'll try not to be biased and I'll try to give you answers that I would have answered back then, not right now, okay? So I remember like one of the things that helped me a lot was that I wanted to get experience no matter what. So I wouldn't be like waiting for like the perfect job that pays me very well and at a place that is well known. I would work at different places and I would know that the experience would help me no matter where that is. So that's something that helped me a lot. Something that helped me a lot as well was that I tried to like maintain some good relationship with everybody, just like you and I. We're still talking, like it's been 6 years, I think. So no, less, 2019, 24. Yeah, 5 years. So that's something that helped me a lot. So even if I don't work with this person anymore, I keep in touch with them. I just send them like happy holidays and I talk to them. It helped me a lot. What else helped? Something really helped me as well was that I would observe other people all the time. So I would take the things that I think work and try to find a way to use them in my teaching. Not exactly the same, but something similar. But I would also observe to look at the things that I believe didn't work by looking at the students and their reaction and everything. And I wouldn't do that with my own teaching. So observations, appreciating little opportunities and not burning bridges, probably that.
And so now, because we're looking at tips perhaps for early career English teachers and somebody who just graduated, and I wonder whether you might also share some things that you wish you had not done and maybe we could share that as a tip as well.
Sure. So there was some time where I didn't really work well in groups, even in class actually. So I would be nice to everybody and all, but I would just find it so difficult to get the ideas of everybody and use them in my assignment or in our assignment. So it was really hard for me. So I wish I had or it took me a while, but I wish I could have like understood the group work more. That's one thing for sure. And honestly, like when I think about it, I think back then, uh, like the mistakes I made were not mistakes because I thought they were the good things. So it's a little hard for me to think about things I should have done. Um, yeah, but in general, like this thing about group work, I think everybody, no matter who they are, has some valuable contribution. It can be about anything. So, like the skill is to try to find how this can contribute to the bigger project. Um,
And when you talk
and
about group work, I want to clarify, do you mean the coursework here in the MATEFL program with your classmates?
this one, and also at the workplace when you're with your colleagues.
Mhm. I
Yeah.
see. I see. All right. You wanted to say something else. I interrupted you.
Um, yeah, and yeah, and I want to say also that it's fine if the way you teach at the beginning is not perfect. I mean, this is how we all like just worked on ourselves to get better and better. So, like, if I look at my teaching like 5 years ago, right after I got my MA TEFL, I can definitely say that there were so many things that I should have worked on. Engaging students more, talking glass, now talking glass because you're asking me, talking glass and all that. So, but with time, I started to learn that observation helped me a lot. Like I would observe and see how students feel, or I would observe and see what it feels like as a student. Is this teacher talking a lot? Am I losing focus? Do I need to change activities? Yeah, all that. So this would be almost the best thing. Even if I'm watching a video about someone like teaching something, I would look at the way they teach. Like for example, now at this stage, like my favorite thing now is when teaching, just to first introduce the concept by letting them look at it themselves, like silently. I would say, okay, look at this slide. I wouldn't say a word. Then once they have like this basic understanding of what I'm gonna talk about, then I start talking. I have an example for you. So you would in class, from your classes, you would always ask us a question and you would write keywords on the board. And then you would, for example, you would say, oh, what makes a classroom engaging? Someone would say games. Someone would say, you would just write keywords, games. Uh, I don't know, like presentation, something. Then you would go back and you would have on the board like a list of keywords. I still do this, and I did it like a couple of days ago, and everybody was impressed. So, yep, that's an example of me observing something and seeing that it worked because it worked for me as a student in your class. And now I do it in my class. Yeah.
Well, hopefully there were not too many wrong things I have done that you have
No, no, no,
copied
no.
from me. But I totally agree. We definitely model a lot of things that we observe in our teachers, professors. Well done, Ammar. I think we're going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much again for finding time. Wonderful to see you smiling, happy, growing
Thank,
professionally.
thank you for inviting me, and I'm always happy like to be part of anything you do. For real.
Wonderful. All right. All the best to you.
Thank you.